Sometimes being at a conference can be incredibly encouraging, but actually for some people, sometimes they can actually get discouraged. Hi, I'm Isaac for Church Audio Life, and my church was generous enough to send me to WFX in Orlando. It is a worship facilities expo, and it's been really incredible. People here teach on multiple subjects. There's an expo where you get to see, or an expo hall, exhibit hall, where you get to see a bunch of different manufacturers and talk to them directly and personally and make connections that way. There's all kinds of other beautiful things that happen here. There's main sessions, there's worship, there's teachings that are more spiritual or philosophical, and there's teachings that are very practical and very hands-on. And it's all a really good experience. But what can happen to some people is that they can be at a session that for the most part can be really encouraging, but then they'll hear some stuff that they just think to themselves, you know what, this is a great concept, I'd love to do it for my church, but it's never going to happen. And it can cause this discouragement and even a bit of disappointment. And really want to help you guys at least help process that, because I know for myself, I've had that myself, even at this conference briefly. And I really felt like God said to me is that, yeah, there's stuff that, I can't do myself. There's stuff that sometimes our church doesn't do the way it could. Sometimes there's better ways, but He can do it. And He can make things happen that we can't. And sometimes it might not actually be the best fit for your church. That's why you need to bring it up with other people, talk it over with them. And of course, keep praying about it. If it really is something that could be incredibly helpful, and something your church isn't doing, if you pray into it enough and start bringing it up, and especially in a very positive way. Sometimes as audio techs, I've been around enough people, even sometimes at these conferences, where they have, they've become a little cynical, they become a little even confrontational, and that's really what we don't want to do. We are all here to serve Jesus, to advance His kingdom, help people get saved. And to do that, we need to make sure we're cooperating well, serving and leading our pastors, with our pastors. We are serving them. We are there to be a part of the kingdom and help people get saved. And we can't do that if we're complaining or whining about things. We need to make sure we're helping instead of hindering. So if we hear a concept that we think it might be hard for our church to do, then with love, bring it to people. Help them do well with it. And then maybe we have a chance of it happening. And if we pray into it enough, we might even see what feels like a miracle, that this happens without us even having to try too hard. And sometimes things just won't happen, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to accept the things you can't change, accept the fact that not every good idea can happen at your church, even if it would be beneficial. So sometimes we just need to accept that, live with that, and still serve with joy and with peace and not get cynical. Really important that we guard our hearts and that we find ourselves people who can help other people not get cynical instead of get cynical ourselves or be complainers. We don't want to be known as complainers. We want to be those who are loving and joyful towards everybody in our congregation, including all of our leadership. Thank you guys. Hope that's helpful. If you like this, please share this video with somebody and they might be able to get the same help as you. Yeah, God bless.